How's it going? Tonight we're going to take a look at how to run the CAGED system with Brown Eyed Girl. So if you ever played in a wedding band or a variety band on stage and you're playing the song, this is the song that you don't really want to play necessarily, but all the people love it. So you got to play this song. Everybody wants to hear Brown Eyed Girl. You got to play Brown Eyed Girl. Hey, you guys want to play Brown Eyed? So we got to play this song. It's an imperative thing to do. So if you're playing this by yourself and you're strumming it, that's great, that's cool. That's what you're going to have to do if you're accompanying yourself, strumming it. But what if you want to do something interesting with it? So what we're going to do is we're going to run the CAGED system through these chords up the guitar neck. And by doing that, you can create some different parts. So if you're playing with a larger ensemble, let's say you're playing with a wedding band and you have bass and drums and you have keyboards and you have horn section, your trombone, saxophone, trumpet, lots of people playing, you're going to get smaller and smaller and find a space for it. Plus, frankly, it entertains yourself and keeps you from going crazy by playing Brown Eyed Girl for the rest of your life, forever and ever and ever and ever. So what we're doing is we're going 1, 4, 1, 5, but instead of strumming it like that, stuck in this strumming loop, and we don't want to do that. We're going to take this and move it through the CAGED system like this. So you can create some pretty cool parts by doing that. What I'm doing here, play G to C and G to D. So the first step of cagifying this Brown Eyed Girl song. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining me. We're doing Brown Eyed Girl. We're running it through the CAGED system for our sanity. So if you don't want to just keep strumming these chords forever and you're playing in an ensemble setting, you can do this through the CAGED system. So the first thing is we take a look at our G chords. These are the G chords in the CAGED system. Now if you don't know the CAGED system yet, there'll be a video right here, a link for the CAGED system videos on the channel. There's I think 6 or 7 videos about how the CAGED system works. You might want to check those out, but basically it's 5 forms. There's the G form of G. There's 5 basic forms. It's C, A, G, E, and D, and hence the word CAGED, and those are the 5 forms that guitar is consisting of, the guitar chords. So if G is our first G chord, closer to the nut, the next one in line is going to be E, and then D, then C, then A, because it's got to spell CAGED moving up the neck. Check it out. C, if we go C, A, G, E, D, it actually spells CAGED. There's the C form, A form, G form, E form, and D form. So that's kind of magical, actually. So it spells CAGED. So if G is our first G chord, the next one is going to be E, because it's falling in line, C, A, G, E, D. And from the D chord, C, A, G, E, D, so the next one in the line is going to be a C. So all 3 of these chords, the G, the C, and the D, are all part of the CAGED system. So you can just move those up the neck as you go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. Hey, where did we go? So we can do that here. I can take my time and go G. Okay, I need a C. Here's my C. Here's my G, here's my D. Okay, that's cool. So the first step was to go play all the G chords. And if you don't know these, again, take a look at the channel. There's a video on the channel, many videos on the channel about this. Here's the C chords. Here's C, here's C, here's C. Here's D, the D. And then you can go C, G, C, G, D. That here, G, C, G, D, G, C's here, G, and D, G, C, G, D, G, C, G, D. Now you have this like smorgasbord of fun here. So what I'm doing to play the song to keep myself entertained is I'll do this. here. Now the next level of this, once you get this together, is to start to add some notes to those chords. What I'm doing is I'm doing add 9, 6, and sus. So this is my G chord. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 2 is A, which is your add 9, right? So there's G add 9. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, the C is the sus chord. That's this. That note there. That note. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E is the 6. That's this sound. You can do all that if you play this. That riff touches upon all of those. There's G, there's a G6, but there's a C. So it's actually C over G, but it's almost like a G6. And then the A note is the 6 of C. So what we're doing then is we're playing G here. We're going to move some stuff around. Let's add the sus on. That's kind of cool. And then the C chord, maybe I'll add this note there. That's the add 9. So what you have to do is take a look at the video here. It's going to pop up there later, about the 7 positions of the G major scale. Because all these notes I'm playing are all in the G major scale. The song's in G, so any of these chords I play, if I go here, if I go, see they're all, that's not one of the notes, here we go, they're all part of the chord. So I can go here, the G there, there, here. These are all on the G string at the moment. So I can go. That's all on G, but if I did the D string the same way, almost sounds like that Beatles song. Kind of like Grateful Dead or Green Day. I'm moving the notes through the chords. So if I go, up, then so what I'm doing is playing G and then some kind of C. So here, this is a cool motion. Here's C in an A form. If I go do, re, mi, fa, do, re, do, do, I can go like this. It's right there. So I can go here. There's D in the C form. Move those notes around. I have so this is a cool motion here too. Here's D. If I go do, re, mi, fa, sol, I'm going here. Which is like your so again, we're doing Brown Eyed Girl, but instead of strumming it, I'm going to go kind of play it everywhere. So I can practice this way. Kind of play these in whole notes first. Move up the neck. Here's G in an E form. Here's C in an A form. G in an E form. C in a D form. G in a D form. C in a G form. G in a D form. D in an A form. G in a C form. C in an E form. G in a C form. D in a G form. D in an A form. C in a lost that one. D in an E form. Let's try that one again. G in an A form. C in a D form. G in an A form. D in an E form. Now I'm going to move those notes around and play the song and make it more interesting for myself by doing the caged system up the neck with this tune. Now you can move other notes around with it. You're going to practice finding your chord forms first. And the next one, here's G again. Here's D in the C form. First thing to do is learn these. This might take a few weeks to be able to do this smoothly. When you get that far, again, I did G, C, G, D, following the word caged up the neck. Every chord is going to follow caged. Here's C form, A form, G form, E form, and D form of C. This is G. Next one is E. There's the D, there's the C, there's the A. That's the G form, the G chord. There's D and a D, D and a C, D and an A, D and a G, D and an E. And then I'm combining those together, moving up the neck to do Brown Eyed Girl. And then I'm going to take some other notes and add them to it by playing the G major scale interwoven through the chords. I can go. Like here's a D form, G's here. I can't tell you how many gigs this has got me through when I had to play this song and I'm falling asleep on stage. I mean, no offense to the song, it's a really well-written song. But these chords will make your life much more interesting on stage, or just in general, to try to explore your guitar and figure things out and move forward with the guitar and not be stuck in the same position. You know, you can strum forever. I think there's people that play guitar and then there's guitar players. And if you want to be a guitar player, you have to kind of get out of your comfort zone and do things that aren't necessarily comfortable for yourself. And this is one of those things, to start to explore how to play triadly across the guitar neck. Now you can do this with any song. There's a lesson on the channel on how to do it with Bad Company's Shooting Star. That's a good one to do it with, because that's A, E, and D, which is 1-4-5 also. Any 1-4-5 song. You could do it with a song that's 1-6-4, like do Wagon Wheel. You can do the same thing I did Wagon Wheel today with somebody in the lessons, like one. And this is 1-5-6-4, 1-5-4 in A. So I can do the same thing up here. Okay, 1-5-6-4, 6-4, 1-5-4. Playing Wagon Wheel. Now I can make Wagon Wheel into a Jimi Hendrix song very easily. I could do like, I'm wrong chord, so A, E, that's pretty funny. I've got acoustic guitar sound dialed up here, so it kind of sounds funny. But I'm playing Wagon Wheel as if Wagon Wheel was Little Wing, Little Wheel, Wagon Wing, Wagon Wing. This is funny. There it is. Heading down south to the land of the pines, making my way to North Carolina. Gotta see my way, see my baby tonight. Woo! Wagon wheel, wagon wing, or little wheel. So I just cut it off the rails there, but you see what I'm doing is I'm taking a song that's like chord progression and making it into something that I can move across the entire guitar neck, and it's so incredibly useful. Again, so I'll recap again. We're doing Brown Eyed Girl. We're getting out of strumming though. We're leaving strumming land. And we're moving it up the neck. So the first step is to play all of your caged forms up the neck. If you don't know how to do that, look at the videos on the channel. There's lots of information there. This is so incredibly helpful. C form. There's the A form, the G form, the E form, and the D form. That's the C chord. There's D. And there's the C form, the A form, the G form, the E form, and then D. And then I'm combining them together by finding them where they live, stacked on top of each other in the same position. And I've done this at about 1,000 gigs in my lifetime, so this is pretty easy for me to do this because I do this all the time to keep my sanity. I do this with a lot of songs actually, especially if you're in a larger ensemble and you have bass, drums, and piano, and trumpet, and trombone, and saxophone, and all these people playing, second guitar player even. So besides the hook, when the hook's done, I might branch off and do this. Now, when you're doing the cage stuff, you can do all the different string groupings too. You have the bottom 4 strings, the middle 4 strings, the top 4 strings like this. These are all C chords I'm playing. We can also play we can skip the A string like this, or skip the E string like this, and learn these, like stone cold, learn them across the guitar neck. And every song you play, you can little wing just about anything. Pretty much any song you want to. You can do Pachelbel's Canon. And Caged. Beautiful. It's so valid to learn this. And then the next thing I was doing was going do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and moving those notes through the chords. This is all a G chord. So I do a G chord first. I can make a little symphony with just a G chord. I could go. Same thing with C. D chord. Bind them together, 1, 4, 1, 5. That's cool. take your time to think about it. When you're practicing, you can either play with time and rhythm, where you're just dependent upon thinking as fast as the song is going, like if I was playing with this track again, or you can just slow down and think it through. Think, okay, here's a cool C thing. Here's a cool G thing. Here's a cool D thing. I'm not really like thinking about time at this point. I'm thinking through the chords. And then when you play the song, you got to play up the tempo. So you got to play a little faster. You got to think a little faster, and your ideas have to be a little smaller. Like you can't be quite as elaborate because you're thinking quickly. But this is such a great tool. Again, like take any song you want to do, and you can use the CAGED system to play up the neck. I think the takeaway from today's little impromptu lesson here is playing Wagon Wheel like Little Wing is awesome. I think it's kick ass. So if we go back here and put on an actual more realistic Hendrixy kind of sound and play Wagon Wheel like Little Wing, we get this. And D. Heading down south to the land of the pines, making my way down to North Carolina. I don't know the words. Something about till I see headlights, baby. It's fun. I could do that all day long. That's pretty fun. It's such a juxtaposition of styles. All right. Well, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And sorry for the sloppiness. I was teaching all day today, and I'm sort of like super hungry and super out of it, but I decided to jump online anyway. So have a great evening, and I'll see you next time.